Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here with a super quick announcement. I recently reviewed this Gaming Greats Darth Maul from Battlefront 2, and I really liked the figure. I liked it so much that I've actually picked up a second one to give away. Keep an eye out on the channel. Once we hit 1,500 subs, I'll be giving it away. When we hit 1,500, I'll do an announcement video, and we'll go from there on instructions on how to enter. Basically, it'll be a random comment generator thing, but on that video at 1,500 subs. So tell a friend, spread the word. We have a little over 100, and then we're there. So let's go ahead and get the channel to 1,500 subs, and we'll give away Old Master Darth Maul. Super excited. Let's get into whatever this video is. I'm going to open this transparently. I've never played the Old Republic, but I do really love the cinematics that they put on YouTube whenever they would drop DLC for the game. So when the Hasbro came and announced an offering of this mega hunk of plastic of one of the coolest video game Sith Lords that there has ever been, let's be fair, you don't have to be an Old Republic fan to want this guy on the shelf. Let's go ahead and see if he's a worthwhile pickup, see if he's something that you need to put on your shelf. Alright, let's start by taking a look at the packaging. This is your plastic-free deluxe packaging. It's just a little wider than your average box, even though it doesn't really need to be, but that's whatever. I mean, we're going to advertise being all green by going plastic-free, but you're going to give us a wider box for a not fatter figure, but that's whatever, I suppose. Got your Black Series logo up top, above a render of the figure looking pretty cool. Your Gaming Greats sticker, your Star Wars Old Republic in blue, Darth Malgus warning 4+ Hasbro plastic for packaging. Artwork of Malgus on the side, looking pretty cool. This side of the box features your Gaming Greats logo, the render of Malgus saying that he stands at exactly 7 inches tall and only comes with his lightsaber as an accessory. Plastic-free packaging, of course, that worked so well that we're going back to non-plastic-free packaging. Round back, you have your render of Malgus again, Black Series logo, a bio about the character in a few languages. Pause and read whichever language best applies to you. He is number 24 in the Gaming Greats line. A bunch of legalese and Disney Hasbro logos, more barcodes and legalese underneath. Hanger tab and no window up top. So it is your standard plastic-free fanfare. Let's open them up, take a look at what we get here. So here's Malgus out of the packaging, and as always, we'll start by taking a look at the accessories. So here is his big, beefy lightsaber. This is much larger than your standard Black Series lightsaber. They actually did mention that they gave him an extra long blade to accommodate for it, because this dude is just a beast. He is tall, he is strong. I mean, there's no question you would lose an arm wrestle with this guy, like zero doubt. So his lightsaber comes in a gunmetal gray plastic with a kind of like silver gray, coloring otherwise. There's no red on the buttons or gold on the box. It's just gunmetal gray and plastic gray. It looks pretty good. There's no way to hang it off of his belt. It is purely a hand-holding piece. He does have a nice dark red blade going on here. The blade is removable, like most Black Series blades. There we go. Gotta give it a good old unclip. His blade, or his saber, does have these like blade shrouds on each side of it, which is pretty cool. I've always liked this design. It's very much a battle saber. It's not really an elegant weapon from a more civilized age, but it looks very good, I do have to say. So let's go ahead and set that down and just take in the immensity that is this figure. I know that it's not quite the end, so maybe it's a little early, but for a size comparison, but everyone knows how big a Black Series Stormtrooper is. Everyone has one of those somewhere. Just to give you an idea, this guy is a beast. So setting the Stormtrooper aside, bringing Malgus up. He has a permanently attached hood, like a hood and cape. The hood can be pulled down to show off the head sculpt, and what a head sculpt that is. Go ahead and lower it down there. You have really good Sith eyes going on. He is very veiny and scarred, and he has been through some stuff. Has a lot of scarring on that cheek in particular. He does have this breathing mask. I mean, he's very much a Vader fanfic, if you will. But the breathing mask is removable. You do have to pop off the head, and then the mask can just be pulled off from underneath. You do see that he actually has a pretty evil smile going on underneath, which is pretty menacing looking, I will say. Definitely not a dude to fight. I do prefer the look of him with the mask on, and it just rests into place like so. And then you have to pop the head back on, which actually is a little bit of effort to both pull on and or push on and take off. So, man, you get him there with that hood up, and it just sits so nice. It looks right. So it's pretty cool, I gotta say. But you can just pose it to where his eyes are just way buried in there. The shoulder pads on this are very posable. They're actually on a ring inside that joint like the Stormtrooper ones are, so you can rotate it forward and back. And the cape just lays nicely. It's not really a covering, cloak. It's really truly a cape. It really just sits behind him. And I don't know if it's supposed to maybe even tuck under these shoulder pads. I don't know. I don't like the look of that. I think it looks better just draped over just a little bit. He has a like a leather bodysuit going on, like a gray bodysuit. You see like lines going down the thighs, and then there's different areas of dark gray, almost black padding all over it. He has a sort of Vader chest box. And like I said, this dude is, it looks like a Darth Vader fan fiction, I will say. So between the breathing mask and just all the life support stuff and all the buttons and doodads and stuff all over him, but he just looks insane. He has these really armored like boots going on, and just a super big, super imposing figure. I will say I don't have a ton of stuff to say about this guy. I've never played The Old Republic. I've watched a lot of the cinematics as they came out, because that was kind of like dropping a lot when I was a kid, and they were always fun to watch. But I can't say I have a major attachment. Just I know of him and he's cool, and so therefore I had to have him. Let's run through some articulation. He features a double barbell neck, which allows him to look that far up, that far down, rotate, and get some pretty good pivot in there. His arms come out to a T-pose, and he has a pretty good butterfly joint. 360 at the shoulders, which those shoulder pads, as I mentioned, can swing completely out of the way with ease. He has single jointed elbows and can go past 90 and rotate at the elbow. 360 at the wrist, with the left one hinging in and out and the right one hinging up and down. Mid-torso ball joint. No, sorry, there's a mid-torso and then there's a lower torso ball joint. The combination of can let him crunch that far forward, that far back, and of course can rotate at both. The legs kick out to a true splits. He has no thigh cut. I really like that. The thigh cut always messes with the sculpt of the thigh, and now that we have the swivel at the knee, it's not a necessary point of articulation, so I'm glad that we've lost that. It does pivot a little bit on that ball joint there, which is nice. Single jointed knees can go to 90 and rotate, which gives you that twist in the leg that you need. And then the feet can point straight down, really far forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, allowing you to get some pretty decently wide stances with both feet flat on the ground. Let me get him back into some semblance of a neutral pose. As mentioned, just to be the universal standard, there is your Black Series Stormtrooper. Here is the Knights of the Old Republic, Darth Malgus, who is a tall and imposing figure, and he looks very small next to this guy. Here is the Jedi Knight version of Darth Revan, which, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Revan come back in the Old Republic game? I feel like I've seen footage of that. Like he got put in stasis or something, and then, was woken up, to deal with the new Sith Order or something. I could be completely mistaken on that. As I said, I've only seen some of the cinematics, nothing really intense. And then, just because similar-ish time era, here's Bastila Shan. I know that he actually fights Satel Shan, which is like a great-granddaughter of Bastila, and Revan, I guess, by extension, too. So anyway, yeah, he looks really good. Just towers over everyone else, which I feel is adequate. So, end of the day, what do I think of the Black Series Malgus? I love it. It's a really cool figure. It is just so huge. It feels like it's like a step between a Black Series and a Hot Toy. Like, just in that scaling. And I know it's only an inch taller than a Black Series, but still, it is just big and beefy, and there's just so much to it, and so much sculpt work, and it's just an awesome piece. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. Now, I know, it's a sort of niche game. Like, as far as games go, it's a popular game, but as far as people that play Star Wars games, those are a little few and far between. And, if you think it doesn't really jive with your collection, I get that. But really cool character, really cool adaptation from those cinematic shorts, and it definitely has a place on my just general video game Sith shelf. I'm really digging it. I think if you pick it up, you'll be digging it too. It seems to be hitting just about everywhere now, so keep an eye on it out for it when you're on your figure hunting. It's been in stock on Amazon. That's where I got this, and I'm super happy with it. So anyway, that's it for the review. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Subscribing is important if you'd like to be added into that Black Series Gaming Greats Darth Maul giveaway. So once we hit 1,500 subs, as mentioned, that will be given away. So tell a friend, tell someone, let's get that given away to one of you guys. So thanks for watching. It means a lot that you did. I'll catch you next week. Until then, may the Force be with each and every one of you. Bye.